Well, hey everybody, Leslie Sansone Williams here. We're going to talk about, in this series called Applying for a Paralegal Job, we're going to talk about another myth that I've had people say to me, and that is, well, it's who you know. It's the connections, and I don't have any, so I guess I can't get a job. Well, that's not really passion. Passion for a job, or for a career rather, is I'm going to do it no matter what. And no one, nothing is going to stop me, because I know I'm being called to this. This is my life purpose for my career. So is it that intense for you? If not, you're going to give up very easily, and maybe this is not the career for you, but you have to fight for it. And so when I was in contention for coming up against other candidates for the job, I could easily have said, well, they have, 10 to 20 years experience, so they'll hire them first. I might as well give up, or they know that person. They're more connected in this city, because I moved into the capital of Florida with no connections whatsoever. And to be honest, I didn't have any connections in Oklahoma. I'm a girl from New Jersey. So, and I was in Illinois before that as a stay-at-home mom. So there were no connections at all. Family was back in New Jersey. And even if I went into the legal field there, maybe through my aunties, I would have had some connection, but I don't like that kind of pressure either. So I'm very independent that way, but nothing wrong with using connections to get a job. Nothing wrong with that. That's how I landed my cashier's job at 16. So when you don't have any connections, you've got to rely on creativity in applying for jobs, but that creativity better be in your cover letter. And you better be able to explain how you're a fit for that job. It's easier than it sounds. So when I saw that no one was calling me after sitting in my office for 3 weeks, I had to do something, because I was the sole support of my little family at that point, because of our life crashing like a house of cards. And so we moved to Florida to be close to our oldest daughter. She had to drop out of college because of things that we went through, and then everything smoothed out. But I couldn't get hired for 3 weeks, and that was frightening. When a mortgage payment, or at that point a rent payment, was coming due and food on the table, I was starting to stress. So I had to figure it out. And while the resume is something that an employer will look at for 30, 40 seconds, they're going to mull over the cover letter. And then they're going to look on social media and see where you're hanging out, to see what you're up to, and see what kind of person you really are, what kind of pictures you're posting, because it's given a snapshot of our lives there. So what are they going to see? So the myth is that everybody going into this has to have a degree or a certificate. And there are many myths. The myth is that my resume will have or hold more weight than my cover letter. Not so. And that everybody has connections, but poor little me. No, not so. Not so. I had none. None. So don't use those as excuses. Those are myths. Don't use anything as an excuse. Just figure it out. If you need help, you need to firm up what you know how to do for that attorney. Come into the Paralegal Inner Circle class. First, read my book, Legal Break-In. Come into the Paralegal Inner Circle class, or the cover letter secrets class. You need both, actually. And go to the paralegalcoffeetalk.com website. That's mine. And go look at the courses and the ones that I mentioned. And there's an interview class that's from the Paralegal Inner Circle class. Okay, so those are meant to help you in this journey. Don't use excuses. Don't believe the myths. Figure out what's true, what's not, because that's what we do as paralegals. Have a great day. I'll talk to you in the next video.